Hi, I'm Sherry. I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I am 52 years old, and I now wear a Taylor Spatial Frame. So I'm doing this video just to provide a little bit of information and some insights as to what it's actually like to wear the frame. And so if you are looking for more information, or if you're one of those people who's considering wearing the frame, then hopefully, some of my experience and my insights will help you to make your own decisions. Just to give you a little bit of a background, in March 2017, I was involved in a serious accident which shattered the bone in my leg. So I was left with a gap of about 10 centimeters where the bone is actually missing from my leg. Along with the bone being shattered, I was left with tissue damage and arterial damage, and that was all quite extensive. So during the process, while the wounds were recovering, we were deciding what was the best way to repair the bone that had been destroyed. And so I was presented with a number of different options, and to be honest, none of them appealed to me at all. They just didn't ring true to who I was and, to my own personal beliefs. And so when I was presented with the option of the Taylor Spatial Frame, I knew nothing about it at the time. And so I went home and I went online and started doing some research and saw some photos. And I'll be honest, I was horrified when I saw the Taylor Spatial Frame. I thought it looked medieval. I thought it looked very barbaric. And I thought there was no way that I could wear a device like this, and certainly for not as long as what I required it to be on. And so later that day, I'm in the bathroom. I'm having a little meltdown. I'm bawling my eyes out. And my husband comes in and he finds me, and, he's asking, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? And I'm, as I'm bawling away, I'm saying, this Taylor Spatial Frame, I can't do this. I don't have the strength. I don't have what it takes to wear a device like this. And he put his arms around me, and he said that, for all that I've been through since my accident, that I did have the strength, and I had everything that I needed within me to face whatever challenges lay ahead of me. And so with this bit of encouragement, I went back online and started getting more information. And the more that I read up on the Taylor Spatial Frame and the more information I gathered about it, it seemed more and more like it really was a good fit for me. And I guess what really was the deciding factor was the fact that with the Taylor Spatial Frame, it would be my own bone that's growing back, and the device actually provides a natural way for my body to heal itself. So for me, that was really important, and that really was the deciding factor. So now that the decision had been made that, I'm going to go ahead with the Taylor Spatial Frame, we had to wait for the wounds to heal, and then also for surgery to be scheduled. So fast forward to 7 months later, on November 1st, I had the surgery where they installed the Taylor Spatial Frame. I went into the hospital on a Wednesday morning, and I had the surgery that day. And I'll be honest with you, when I came out of surgery, the pain was excruciating. And so my nurses were very quick to work with me to, adjust my medications to, get me to a point where I was comfortable and able to manage the pain. So I stayed in the hospital for 3.5 days, and then I was released. And I have to say that right after surgery, I was able to put some weight on my foot, whereas, previously I wasn't putting any weight on it. So already I'm starting to see some improvements. So I come home from the hospital, and I guess one of my big challenges was finding the right dose of medications, finding that balance between being overly medicated and being comfortable and able to kind of still have some control of my life and manage my daily routine. So I worked with the surgeons, and we found that balance that, that was right, and I was able to, function quite comfortably, on a day-to-day basis. Now, clothing wasn't a challenge for me because I had anticipated this going into surgery, that my clothes would need to be modified. So even before I was in the hospital, I had a pair of pants and a pair of shorts altered with a zipper up the side so that I could get myself dressed easily. And then coming home, like for the first probably about 4 weeks, the pain was, a lot to manage, but it has certainly subsided, and it's a lot more manageable and a lot more comfortable than it was when I first came home. One of the challenges of having this frame on is that a lot of people have never seen such a device, and they're curious and they have questions. So I am not able to go out of the house without somebody stopping me and asking, what's going on with my leg. And I never go out without my frame being covered, but clearly people can see that, this is something unusual, and this is, not just a regular cast that, that is common to see. So right from the start, I had decided that I would be an ambassador for this technology and for this procedure, that if I could help spread some of the knowledge to other people who had questions about it, then I would be more than happy to do that. So there's not a day that I go out that people don't stop and ask me about the device, and if they have enough curiosity and enough interest, then I will open up my cover and let them take a look, and this usually prompts more questions from them, and like I say, I'm very happy to be answering the questions, because if I can help share the information and create tolerance and acceptance, of things that are new, or something that's different, then I'm more than happy to do that. And yeah, so one of the things is, when I go out, everything takes longer. People stop and ask about the frame and what's going on. So it's been challenging for my friends and family who are out with me when we're just trying to get to a restaurant to go out for dinner, and people are stopping us and asking us. And so my friends and family have been very supportive and very understanding as to the position that I've taken with this frame. I will be wearing this frame for about 15 months. So that's, quite a journey for me. And I will come back and make a few videos from time to time and just share some of the experiences and challenges that I've been facing. I think I will probably do one on adjusting the pins, because I know people have questions on that. I'll probably do one on cleaning the pin sites. That's another one that generates a lot of curiosity. I'll probably talk a little bit about clothing and modifications that needed to be made for the frame, and just general challenges that I've had. And I guess talking about challenges, there's a few things that I'm facing right now. Because I live in Canada, the winters tend to be cold, and we get snow and ice, and that's been a bit of a challenge to get around. I'm still reliant on my crutches, so it's a little intimidating to go out and face the ice and snow, and depend on the stability of crutches. So I've had some ice picks installed on the bottom of my crutches, so when I do go out in the snow, that provides more stability for me. And another issue that I'm facing is The fact that it's very cold here, when I go outside, the cold tends to penetrate through the metal pins, and that goes right into the bone, and it's really quite uncomfortable for me. And even though I can, you know, come in from the cold, the bone is still chilled, and it's still really uncomfortable, and it takes me a while to warm up and kind of get to a point where, you know, it doesn't bother me so much anymore. But yeah, this is, you know, part of my journey, and I'm, you know, happy to share my experience, and I'm really hoping that, you know, my experience and some of the insights that I have will help, you know, someone else to make this decision, you know, whether it's right or maybe not right for you. But for me, you know, I'm very happy having made this choice, that, you know, for me it was absolutely the best option. And I guess until, you know, until I do the next video, I'll sign off for now, and say thank you for watching, and, you know, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye now.